We begin with breaking news out of the United States. A man has been shot dead by a federal immigration agent in Minneapolis. ICE and Border Patrol leadership held a press conference within the last hour, and the Border Patrol chief, Greg Bovino, did not confirm whether the handgun found at the scene was used by the man to threaten those immigration agents.
The suspect also had 2 loaded magazines and no accessible ID. This looks like a situation where an individual wanted to do maximum damage and massacre law enforcement.
This has stirred up more strong feeling from locals on the streets of Minnesota. It is a fast-moving situation, and Mark Stone has more.
It was indeed the first of only 2 questions that they took at that news conference. Was the man brandishing the weapon? If the answer to that question is yes, then there is justification under US law for the agents to open fire for their own protection. But I have watched 2 angles now of the shooting itself, and at no point did I see the man brandishing that gun. We've played you one angle of the shooting, and we may be able to play it again in a moment. But I have seen another angle as well, which is from much closer. And that angle, you can see what is happening. You can see that, yes, he does appear, the man who is killed moments later, does appear to be trying to interfere in an ongoing operation. It looks that way, but we don't know for sure independently. He is then sprayed with what looks like pepper spray. He's then tackled to the ground by a number of officers, and then one of the officers draws his weapon and fires it multiple times at pretty close range. And after that, you can see that first aid is administered. But at no point did I see in the 2 camera angles that we've seen the protester holding a weapon. Now, it may well be he was carrying a weapon. That's certainly what they are claiming. But that is not illegal in Minnesota. It is a state where people are allowed to carry weapons. And indeed, the state authorities, which remember are entirely distinct from the man you just heard from then, who is a federal official, the state authorities have confirmed they're saying that the deceased man was a legal gun owner. So we just don't have any clarity on that. Maybe that's why they decided only to take a couple of questions, because when the 2 important questions were asked, they just referred twice to the situation is evolving and the situation is under investigation. I don't know whether we've got time just to show that post from President Trump again. He has posted, as I say, in the last 10 minutes or so, a post which is very lengthy. I'm not going to read it all out in full again now, but it's clear from what he says that he is certainly taking the side of the ICE agents. He echoes some of what we heard from the ICE official just now, that the ICE agents are constantly threatened, and that the local authorities are not doing anything to help the ICE agents and to defend the work of the ICE agents. So a lengthy statement, as I say, from the president, where he goes into the broader context of why he is arguing he sent these agents there in the first place. It is to detain Somali illegal immigrants who are, he claims, responsible for mass fraud in the state of Minnesota.
Mark Stone with that report. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz has also held a press conference. He addressed US President Donald Trump following that fatal shooting.
Donald Trump, I call on you once again. Remove this force from Minnesota. They are sowing chaos and violence. We've seen deadly violence from federal agents again and again and again.